What is going on, YouTube? Today we are turning an old pallet into a gym accessory bar holder. It's not mainly for barbells, it's gonna be for, lat pull down machines, all those attachments, ropes, things of that nature, and even some weight plate storage too. So let's get started. I had to use my hammer and a set of pliers to get out all the screws, all the nails that were still in the pieces of wood that I'm going to be using. Obviously this is not going as swimmingly as I thought, but that is because both of my batteries died from my Makitas. So now I'm just killing time waiting. So cue the next clip. Now that my batteries were charged, I was able to use my reciprocating saw, get these broken up. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the measurement of this width right here and use my table saw to cut the entire piece like that, because you can obviously see the grooves in the wood from where it would rest on when, the pallets were fully loaded up. So I'm gonna take this measurement, rip them down to that size with my table saw, and then we can get this thing. Got these ripped up, and they essentially are 4x4s. I, put my blade away on my table saw, unplugged it. I'm gonna put my sheet of rock sheet back on my table saw, because this is my table saw / workbench. I'm gonna get these pieces sanded down, and I'm also gonna sand the cedar pieces, although it's very unnecessary for the finish I'm gonna do, which I probably haven't said anything in the commentary yet. So I'll save that for the end once I'm actually doing that. But I'm gonna get these sanded down anyways, make them all nice, pretty presentable, and then we're gonna get the assembly going. Add in a quick note, so I sanded everything down, got it as even as possible, and the way I did that, I don't have a planer or a jointer, so what I did is I actually took my belt sander and hit every side a few, 3-4 times, trying to get all the grooves and the waves in the wood out. Obviously, it'd be much better if I had a planer or a jointer, but I don't, because I'm just starting off in this still. So those tools will come eventually. Fingers crossed if this works out. But yeah, so I've become kind of a master belt sander type of thing. But yeah, so I got these how I want them, and now we're gonna assemble. So we finished assembling the box, and now the legs or the posts for this stand are in place. And the way it works out is the spacing needs to be 18 inches apart. And when you go from dead center to dead center, that distance is 18 inches. And so you can obviously see the posts are in the corners of the box. So I'm gonna prematurely secure those with some screws. And then I got some heavy duty, just overkill bolts that I'm gonna put in and as well in order to make it super, super secure. Then we're gonna put some 2x4s in the center of this as some dividers for sections. We're gonna secure the top beams with 2x4s as well to make sure it doesn't really shift and shake a lot. So nothing to it but to do it, as they say. So next clip. I know what you're thinking. You're like, Francesco, why do you look so much more frustrated and dirty than last clip? Well, funny story, true story. Turns out I'm not smart and didn't check the thickness of these here boards. Turns out they had a different thickness. So I had to rip down one of the posts down to 2 inches like its other post. So now that's even. And then I had to take a 2x4 down to 2 inches as well to fill that void. So here we are, a lot dirtier, but our posts are now even. Our 2x4 is cut. So we're gonna resand this post. We're gonna resand the 2x4, which is now a 2x, whatever. Quick maths is not my thing right now. But we got these steps done. So I'm gonna resand the post, resecure it, then get this 2x4 sanded, secure it to the top of the post, and then bolt in the mega bolts, which I don't know if I showed you, but mega bolts, I made sure that it's not gonna, destroy this whole project. So these will be in, these will be secured. We will be ready to rock and roll. You can see my breath because it is March in Michigan and it is very cold and unpredictable here in these parts. I'm pretty sure I have some of that dust in my throat. I feel it. It's disgusting. I want to work. We're gonna sand these down. We're gonna get it attached. You're gonna see it all attached and stuff in the next clip. A quick update. I had to take off the front part of the base in order to initially drive these bolts down. But as you'll remember, I changed the depth or the width of the posts. So as you can see, it was gonna pop out ever so slightly. So I needed this divider in place anyways, because that's where the weights are gonna rest. So I figured I will secure this 2x4 for the brace in this way, going straight down. And then I already got my divider in there. So once the faceplate goes on, bada boom, bada bing, we got our dividers. The base will be done and we'll have everything ready to go. So a bit of a minor inconvenience, but all in all, it worked out really good because I would have really messed up by driving the bolts through the post. And then I almost did the securing of this brace without putting this in. And then had I done that, I would have had no room to work with in order to get it in. So I secured it on the back with some screws. So we're gonna get this in place, then we're gonna put the bolts in, and then we're gonna put the faceplate back on. And this base will be done, and it'll be time to do the finish. We have everything assembled. Right down here is where plates are gonna go, like 25s right there, maybe some 10s, maybe some bigger bar attachments will go between. Now they have wall mounts for the racks that are gonna go on the front right there. And what I'm also working on real quick is I'm gonna add additional hooks. This doesn't look like a hook now, but on the side here, and I think that'll give it just a tad more functionality to it. But all in all, we are done with the assembly, other than the few little details I'm adding. And then we're gonna finish it, which will be really cool, and then it'll be done. Right, as you can see here, we got the attachments for the hooks done. Now we're just gonna finish this bad boy up, and it'll be time to deliver it. Incredibly windy out, but as you can see, we got the burns all in. It looks really good. I also made a piece for the gym as well way back last year, and it had the same exterior finish to it, so they wanted to keep it all matching, keep it all the same. So I burned this piece for them as well, and I love how it turned out. I can't wait to give it to them and to see it in all its glory. All right, I actually ended up coming to the gym tonight to drop this off. We put the brackets on, got all the bars on there. You can see the weight plate storage down here, extra accessories being stored over on that side. And this project is complete. And while I'm here, I'm gonna take a quick tour of the gym. It's a nice open lobby area. That's the owner. What up, Steve? You're welcome. So over here we got our dumbbell section. Nice little mirror here for some posing. Obviously the lat pull down machines, hence why that stand is there. And we'll come out here with some Elite FTS squat racks. Another squat rack here. We got a mono, we got a back accessory movement, got benches on benches, leg press, more benches, deadlift platforms. And then we come back to the dungeon, we got more monos, extra benches, a decline ab machine, and another mono. Pretty much Rochester Performance Gym is the best gym in Michigan, the strongest gym in Michigan. If you're ever in the Rochester Hills area, you should come through because it's a great time. We're a big family and we have a lot of fun. That's it for me in today's video. Hope you all enjoyed, hope you all learned something. Catch you in the next one. Keep God number one. Peace out.